What's going on, people? Welcome back, Stephen J. Ghost. This is the second part of the show. We go through the game. Like you see, we're wearing something different. It's a different day. Today's officially Wednesday, so we're doing the rest of the games. We recorded the last one on Monday. So just to give you our insight of how the things go here on Tuff Talk Show.
I mean, we can't always do stuff like right throughout the whole night because he gets here sometimes at 9 o'clock at night. So to do 8 games all at once is a little much.
Yeah.
So we split it, evenly. We do half of the games amount one day, and maybe another day or so we do another game. So that's the way we've been doing it. That's why certain times people notice that we're wearing something different.
Yeah.
We don't always announce it, but that's pretty much what it is. If you see us wearing something different in the middle of, like, between one game to another, that's what happened. We had to split the
Sometimes
days.
we'll remember
Yeah.
and try to get the same shirt just for you can't tell that but we don't care no more.
Yeah.
It's too difficult. A lot of times it's just we just gonna go and let y'all know what's going on. Anyway, shout out to the members Mark Water.
Here we
If
go.
I didn't do it in the first part. Shout out to members Mark Water, some great bottled, filtered water. And the guys need to come go get this sold in Walmart and then Sam's Club. You can get a good thing of this. I have the bottled water. I have the filter water in my house. The what is it called? The water machine of
Yeah.
Members Mark. So I shout to Members Mark Water.
I mean, they have some good cranberry juice
Yeah.
and whatnot too. So I mean, I think y'all should check that out. They have their own brand of Ocean Spray cranberry juice. This is definitely a plug, so they should be paying us now. But still, it's pretty good. We have it in our house too. So
Real quick before we start, man, we want to show love to Fresher, aka KK, for y'all that know him in the football world. Is gonna be on that new Eminem album, featuring one of his songs, and that's a great thing, man. We want to definitely show that man some love, and tell him that we're really proud of all the work and all the things that he's doing. He has met a lot of different people, and he's really taking this thing to the next level.
And like you said, shout outs to him because, he's coming from humble beginnings and he's able to take, his platform, his music, everything about himself and bring it to so many other people. And because of that, that's why, his name is getting out there. I even seen certain ads on a train with him on there. So, he's getting big. So shout outs to him, all the way from Brooklyn. Shout outs to him all the way from Brooklyn. He's representing y'all. So
Plus, he was another player that used to argue with the refs a lot. Argue with me a few times.
so that's one part of him that you don't like.
Yeah, no, but he's a good guy. Knows the game very well. I'm real proud of him. His right hand man Mace plays in our league, and we just want to show shouts to them because I know Mace was on that journey with him.
Yeah.
So man, we just proud of y'all. We just showing people that we could do something positive. We're not just like gangbangers and deadbeat dads, the things that they label us as. We got a lot of good guys, a lot of good guys that got decent jobs. And regardless of what you do, you got guys that just want to take care of their family.
Definitely.
One thing we can always say is people are very family oriented, and sometimes we lose sight of that in this war we call football. But at the end of the day, we always want to show love, especially with the holidays coming. Hopefully the next show we're going to have a lot of guys sending Christmas shout-outs to their family and to Touch Football World, and make sure y'all work with us so we can get that out. So now let's jump into this game. We got them Gettas coming off of a win. They beat Never Scared. And they're going to face the defending UFL champions, Super Friends, who coming off a win versus Shockers. Now, they're going to be shorthanded, missing several guys. Dion wouldn't even really throw this game because they have a game in BQFL. So Dion will not really be throwing this game. But I think them Gettas still got the sour taste in their mouth of this being the team that ended their game last year, even though them Gettas was up by 2 scores within 2 minutes. So definitely they got a bad taste in their mouth for that. So I think even though Super Friends are short, them Gettas are just looking at this is the team that stopped us, and they're going to do whatever they can to get some sort of payback versus them.
I mean, they're going to do whatever they can with the team that they have because obviously, like you said, Dion is not quarterbacking most of the game. You have somebody else substituting, that would be Alex,
Right.
just letting you know now. But them Gettas is ready to play this game. They have pretty much their full squad here.
Yep.
So this may even be an uphill battle for the Super Friends, knowing that they're short-staffed.
Well, we're going to drop right into the game. We're going to have them Gettas getting the ball first. Reggie with 2 short passes to get the first down. Second down, Reggie throws to Ed open on the sideline for a nice gain. Next play, Reggie's blitzed by Alex, who's blocked by Hollywood. Reggie throws to downline in the middle, gets him to the 5-yard line. Gibbon gets sacked for rushing early, so as a replay of the down. We're going to go all the way to 4th down. Reggie with a short pass to Cruz in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. John gets the extra point. 7-0. Them Gettas jump out to a lead.
And right away, them Gettas take advantage of the defense of Super Friends. Is it because they're lacking and they're short staff, anything like that? I don't think that them Gettas care. They're on the field. They're ready to play. And Reggie's able to find gaps in the defense as he does here, finding Cruz in the back.
And they get their man Cruz involved.
Yes.
Cruz is a very good player. He plays college ball. Definitely Cruz is the guy that can take them to the next level. If as long as they can all stay moving in the same momentum that they had from last year.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a great player making a play here. Dion is going to get the start. He's going to throw to D. White, cutting in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Dion is going to get blitzed and sacked by Hollywood. Third down, Dion on forward rush, throws deep to Alex in the middle. Alex slips, picked off by Dre, giving the ball back to them Gettas. Great play by Dre. With his awareness, Alex did fall, but at the end of the day, Dre was there to get the interception.
Well, Dre always has awareness on the field when he sees the ball in the air. That's one thing that if you follow him throughout his TFL career, that's one thing about him. He is a great defender, knowing where the ball is. He's caught many interceptions like that before. So even if Alex was there, you know that Dre's going for that ball.
And he has a little chip on his shoulder based on last year, him getting hurt and the whole game changing. So it's good to see him getting involved. He's looking very healthy. Great interception. Reggie going to get the ball. He's going to throw the Cruz on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Reggie throws it down in the middle. It's going to be picked off by Alex. Super Friends get the ball back. If you look here, Hollywood was left open in the gap, and these are the mistakes that Reggie cannot afford to make. We've seen him make similar mistakes like this when Dre went down last year in the Elite 8, and you can't do this. Terrible pass by Reggie here.
And sometimes one thing about Reggie is he does focus on certain players more than others when he's throwing out there. Yep. So yes, he does spread the football a lot, but there's certain players he focuses on, and because of that, he doesn't notice certain defenders out there, and that's why this happened.
First down, Dion throws deep to Alex. A pass is overthrown, incomplete. Next play, Dion is blitzed by Hollywood. Throws deep to AB. Pass off target, incomplete. Last down, Dion on forward rush runs for a short gain, picking up the first down. One thing Dion can always use is his feet to pick up first downs. He's good at it, picks up one here. Next play, Dion with 2 passes in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, Dion on forward rush. He's going to throw to Alex in the middle. It's going to be low, knocked away by Cruz. Great play by Cruz. These guys are paying attention to Alex. Way to get involved in that play. Last down, Alex comes in to throw. Dion sits. Alex is going to throw to D. White, cutting in the end zone. Picked off by Dre. Dre's second interception of the day, giving it back to them Gettas.
And them Gettas is going to make a play, whether it's Dion throwing, whether it's Alex throwing, doesn't matter. They noticed that their offense is lacking right now. And Dion didn't necessarily do any better when he was throwing. So there's a second interception thrown. There's another interception that he gets, so he is not playing. Like you said, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Reggie's going to get the ball now. He's going to throw the juice on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain. Next play, Reggie 2 passes to Hollywood, picking up the decent gain and getting the first down. Third down, Reggie gets blitzed by Alex, throws the Cruz on the sideline for a decent gain. Last down, Reggie throws the pass to Hollywood in the middle, who's going to get stopped at the 10, turnover on downs. And this is great defense by Super Friends. They're playing short-handed against a team of them Gettas who's only, I think, missing Los and missing Rubio. Yeah. But they pretty much got everybody else here, and this is a great stop by Super Friends to get the ball back for their offense. Unfortunately, they go 3 and out, and they're going to have to punt. Gettas get the ball back. 3 short passes gets them to the 20-yard line. Last play before half, Reggie gets blitzed by Super Friends player Glue and throws to Cruz in the end zone. Cruz gets a hand on it, but incomplete. AB gets flagged for pass interference. Was this a pass interference?
And yes, this was a pass interference. Probably right before the ball gets there, AB makes contact with Cruz as he's going for the ball. The ref sees it. That's a definite pass interference. If he would have left this alone, this is pretty much an incomplete pass because this is already sailing out of bounds. At the end of the day, if you don't react and wait for the ball, he could have actually waited and then made contact or at least knocked the ball down. I don't know what he was thinking out there trying to make contact with Cruz, but because of it, now they have a chance to score.
I think it's the right call. Refs get killed all the time for their mistakes. A lot of guys didn't agree with this call. Definitely a great call by the ref. It's going to put the ball in the 1 yard line for them Gettas. Reggie's going to find Hollywood in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown, taking us into the half, 13-0. Them Gettas with the lead.
And that big mistake is what made Super Friends game that much harder. Obviously, they have issues because they're shorthanded. We can keep saying it, but I don't think that that's really an excuse when you make mistakes like that one that happened that last drive. AB got to pay better attention than that. I don't think that he had to do anything on that play, but obviously he's looking to make a play, and because of that, makes a bad judgment call on this play and ends up bringing them into a deficit of 2 touchdowns.
Super Friends are shorthanded. They're gonna remember this game because them Gettas is coming at them.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming at them. They're talking a lot of trash. They know Super Friends are shorthanded. They just want them to they want the Super Friends to know they're here. And now the Super Friends, you're not worrying about this game. You got a chip game in the UFL. But you're not going to let them disrespect you. And you still got players that can attempt to make plays. AB, big mistake by AB with that play that he with the pass interference. Alex, missing the throw, gets picked off by Dre. These are other guys that can make plays to show a little more respectability for their team. So I think they're going to remember this game, regardless of how it ends. They're going to remember this game that them Gettas are really trying to come at them. It doesn't matter. I don't think it mattered if they was full stacked or not with nobody. Them Gettas wanted to make a statement, and that's what they did in the first half. Super Friends got to turn it around.
And right now, like you said, that them Gettas are making a statement. Even though this is a regular season game, even though they're not fully staffed, it doesn't matter. Them Gettas want them to feel this game. And remember that there's going to be more to come. As long as they play this way, I think that they are almost a shoo-in to win this game unless Super Friends does something to change it. But right now, them Gettas are doing what they got to do. Reggie made one mistake with that. He had a hiccup with that interception. But if they're able to keep their composure and Reggie makes better decisions in the second half, I think that is all she wrote for the Super Friends.
First down, Alex throws the glue in the middle for a decent gain. Alex on 4 rush is going to throw the glue in the middle. Pass is short and picked off by Cruz. Cruz going to get some yards, pitch it to Juice. Juice is going to run all the way into the end zone for the touchdown, putting them up 19-0.
Right here. Short pass, yet another mistake made. Alex is not their starting quarterback, but it doesn't matter. You can't throw a pass like this to your receiver and think that something good is going to happen. Them Gettas take advantage, and they're able to make yet another defensive play.
Stevie gets the extra point. That's going to put them Gettas up 20-0. Third down, Alex going to throw short to Dion, who runs for a decent gain in the first down. Alex next play throws the B-roll in the middle for a nice gain. Third down, Alex fires Dion in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Vadim's going to get the 2-point conversion here, 20-8. But Dion showing that he can do something besides throw the ball. Nice catch, good throw by Alex. That gives him something to smile about.
And the thing about it is nobody understands that Dion is also an athlete out there. He's
Yep.
not necessarily a person that's going to dominate on both sides, but he knows how to go and get that ball. And he also plays defense every now and then. So he knows what he's doing out there. So he's able to go out and get a pass. He's fast enough to beat certain receivers out there too. So people got to pay attention when he's on there because he'll surprise you.
On that drive, Reggie got called for cursing. He was ejected. Reggie has been in this league in the Bronx as long as me and Ghost has been here.
Yes.
Me and Ghost has been in the Bronx. This is our 5th year, if I'm right, in the Bronx.
The 6th year.
6th year. We've been in UFL 7 years.
Yes.
This is our 6th year in the Bronx. So Reggie's been here 6 years. This is the first time Reggie has been ejected from a game. So he's been ejected from this game. Stevie comes in. After 2 short passes, Stevie's going to throw deep to Juice, who gets a step on the corner, gets the catch, runs it into the end zone for the touchdown Auberly gets the extra point, 27-8. They are shellacking Super Friends right now.
And it seems like the Super Friends have no way to answer right now because not everything is clicking. Their offense is clicking right now. Even though Reggie was ejected, Steve was able to come in and pick up the slack with a good touchdown pass here. And listen, like I said, it was going to keep focus on the second half, and it's all she wrote for the Super Friends right now.
After a short pass on first down, Alex throws to AB in the middle for a nice gain. Third down, Alex throws deep to Glue. That one is going to be knocked away by Dre. Last down, Alex on 4 rush, throws it up, knocked away. Game over. Them Gettas come away 27-8, shellacking on the Super Friends.
And this is not a game where Them Gettas found a way to win and scrape by or whatever. This is a game where they put, like you said, I'm going to use the word shellacking on them on the field. Because they were not planning on slowing down on either side of the field. They were scoring when they needed to. They were putting up points on defense as well. They had 6 points on defense. But at the end of the day, their whole defense came out to play. It didn't matter what Super Friends they faced. They didn't have no mercy on them, and that's why they came out with the score they did.
I can't wait till this game if these teams meet in the playoffs. Super Friends are going to remember this game. Mm-hmm. This is the worst loss Super Friends had in UFL history, even when they was originally primetime. This team has never been beat this bad. They have been humiliated by them Gettas. Yes, they were shorthanded. We know that. Dion threw 2 drives, let Alex throw. But the point is the score is always going to be the same. Mm-hmm. And it looks like them Gettas attempted to run up the score.
Yes.
So now you got them Gettas who remember Super Friends eliminating them when they were up 2 scores with 2 minutes on the clock, and Super Friends going to remember that they tried to kick them when they were down. So the rematch of this game in the playoffs is going to be crazy.
And the thing about it is, regardless if it's a first game or like a regular season game or not, this is pretty much a conference game. So obviously this affects the standings and where they end up at the end of the season. So again, regardless if you think that this is just a regular season game, these games matter. Especially knowing that you're not in individual divisions anymore. You're in a conference, so these games stack up. So this is a game where them Gettas will have over them this season. And, of course, Super Friends is going to remember that because of it.
Yep, so we're going to wrap this one up. Them Gettas come away with the win, 27-8 over the defending UFL champs, Super Friends. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Welcome back, Real Tough Talk. Next game we want to talk about, IOD versus Rep City. IOD's coming off of a win to the Generals, and Rep City's coming off of a close loss to Rebels. IOD picked up some pieces. They're ready to get at least back to the Final Four. They made it 3 years in a row. Last year they broke their streak, losing in the Elite 8, and they picked up Lou, reigning league MVP. They picked up Swiss. They picked up Akon. They picked up these pieces to help them get back to the Final Four as well as to their first UFL championship. Last year, Rep City didn't lose their first game until like a month into the season. Mm-hmm. And this year, they already lost week 1. Rel is hurt. Hood has been hurt. They went with Bisky. Bisky's going to get the start again this game. But I kind of like what they see. Vic stepping up again like he did last year. Meech stepping up. Rep City picked up Habib, who plays for OTF. Mm-hmm. I think this guy's showing the league what he can do. He makes another great play here this game. And he let me know I got his name wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, we try to get guys' names right. So, but at the end of the day, you got some ballers on this Rep City team. And as soon as they get the momentum going, they'll be better. Meech playing well, had 2 interceptions last week. He's a reigning Johnny Rockstar player. This team, if they could get it together, we got to see if they're capable of being the threat they was last year.
Listen, and it's not even about getting it together. In the last game...
about getting it together?
Listen, what I'm saying is they played well in the last game.
Yes, they did.
My thing is they didn't have the ability to close the game.
Okay.
So they didn't finish the game strong. they were up ahead and they let the team come back and win. So they let the game be snatched away from them. So they got to close the game.
Yeah.
When they have the lead, they got to put it away. That's one thing that they have to do. If they're able to do that, I think that they would be a problem in the league and people would have to take them seriously. But as of right now, they were close, but they weren't able to finish. They have to do that in this game.
And before we get into the game, we're going to talk about Mr. Slasher. He started for IOD last year at quarterback while the bad man Adi was hurt. He led the league in touchdown passes. He played in the All-Star game, threw a touchdown pass, and caught a touchdown pass, and won the MVP of the All-Star game, giving the East another win, back-to-back wins and back-to-back seasons that we got. And this guy's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely an A-ranked player, can dominate on both sides of the ball, but different from all the other A players, he can also dominate at quarterback.
Yes.
We seen him do it last year, winning not only leading the league and winning the passing title, leading the league in touchdown passes, he also won Offensive Player of the Year last year, and he's the backup of IOD.
And that's the thing about Slasher. You say he's an A player. If there was a rank of S, you would have to give it to him because he can do everything on the field. He can play defense in almost any position. He can play linebacker and blitz in. The only position I haven't seen him necessarily stick to in a full game is ball giver.
Yeah.
Because he's doing everything else. And on offense, we already know what he can do on offense. So my thing is, he's a person that no matter where you put him, he is a person that can dominate.
Which is why Slash is a great name. You know what I mean? Similar to Slash that they used to call Cordell Stewart, for all y'all young guys that don't know. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cordell Stewart. This guy is similar. He can do anything on the field. I don't know any other player that can do what he can do and throw other than somebody like Shannon.
Yeah.
Swiss also, we've seen him quarterback. But he can dominate both sides on special teams, and he's also the leader, an outspoken leader of this team. So congratulations to him on winning that MVP. We're going to jump right into the game. Beaskey's going to get blitzed by Swiss and runs for a decent game. Third down, Beaskey throws deep to Vic in the gap, knocked away by Buck. Next down, Beaskey with a short pass to Steve-O, picking up the first down. Next play, Beaskey's going to shoulder legs and run for a 10-yard gain. Third down, Beaskey gets blitzed by Swiss, throw to Meach on the sideline. Meach makes a catch and gets him to the 3-yard line. The question was Meach inbounds?
And this one is a very close play because this can go either way. If you see, we did actually make a line in the snow, but it seems here like he lands almost right on it. So it's still hard because of the angle that we have, but the refs are standing right there and they see that he landed in bounds, so they call it a catch. That is still a great catch by Meach, keeping his focus and trying his best to keep his feet in bounds.
And it's great that I love the fact that Beaskey's moving in the pocket. You should see Swiss blitzing. He can't really get his traction, and Beaskey's moving out his way. Great play by Beaskey. Beaskey on fourth down. Rolls to the right on 4 rush. Finds Steve-O in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Vic gets the extra point. 7-0. Wait for Rep City to punch IOD right in the face. Not literally, but to punch him right in the face.
Dare I say that the reason why they're doing so well, at least in offense, is because of Beaskey. Beaskey steps up and he's making very accurate throws, making good decisions on the field, knowing when to run, knowing when to roll out. This is something that's actually benefiting Rep City. And when he stepped up to the helm at first, I thought, he's just filling in at quarterback. But now you start to put in question if the starting quarterback can keep his job. He's doing that well right now, and he's able to score yet another touchdown.
First down, Adi's with blocking from Johnny, throws deep to a wide open ace on the sideline, picking up a big gain in the first down. The next play, Adi on 4 rush, rolls to the left, throws a slasher, cutting in the middle. Adi's going to get flagged for stepping on the line before the throw. Loss of down. Next play, on second down, Adi throws a buck in the middle for a nice gain. If you look here, the defense is not talking, so nobody knows where nobody's at. Last down, Adi with great blocking from Johnny finds Slasher in the corner end zone for the touchdown. Slasher gets the 2-point conversion, 8-7. If you look here, Meach is left guarding 2 receivers, and Adi makes him pay. That's why he's the bad man.
And right now, based on what happened the last play with Rep City not communicating, this happens again, and IOD and Adi make them pay for it. This is where they have two receivers there, and it's a pick your poison situation. Meach can only guard the first person in front of him, leave Slasher open in the corner in the end zone. That is a great way to run your offense and take advantage of the defense.
Second down, Beasley gets blitzed by Swiss, who just misses the tag. Throws deep to Habib. That's incomplete. 4 rush, Beasley throws deep to Habib, who's guarded by Swiss. Habib makes a catch, but it's flagged for pass interference, pushing Swish. Was this a pass interference?
Clearly this was pass interference, because you literally see him knock him down. I don't know if it was intentional, but because Swiss already had position and is going up for the ball, Habib runs into him, knocking him down, and it gives him the advantage to go and catch this pass. So that was a definite pass interference, unfortunately, because that could have been a big play.
Beasley on 4 rush rolls right, but is sacked by Jesus. If you look at B-Dot, should have stayed blocking. Rep City has to punt. And I think they look terrible this drive. He's off on a bomb to Habib. Then he's off. Habib pushes off to try to make a catch. He gets flagged. And then on this one, B-Dot is paid to block. That is what he's here to do. He doesn't do it. Hurts Beasley from trying to make a play, and Rep City is going to have to punt.
And the thing about it is this could have probably helped them, get the first down, because this could have get them into a better position on the field. The thing about it is when B-Dot went out on that last play, it didn't help because he ran right into the defense.
Yeah.
So all you do is you lose a blocker, and now you lose a target. So the best thing B-Dot could have did was give Beasley a little more time in the pocket for him to make a better pass, and I'm sure Beasley would have been able to if he had more time.
First down, Adi with blocking from Johnny, throws a slash in the gap, picks up a nice gain. Third down, Adi on 4 rush is sacked by Vic. If you look here, Rep City sends 2 at 4 rush. That is great because they know ILD likes to keep a blocker. So they send 2. The bad man, as bad as he is not really known for running the ball. So you're going to take a sack here. Last down with blocking from Johnny. He's going to throw it up. Picked off by Meach. Giving the ball back to Rep City. They said it was like a punt, but it doesn't matter. No quarterback wants to throw an interception. And Meach is playing great defensively. He won Johnny Rockstar for Heart and Determination last year. This time he's showing he's a defensive player. This is, I believe, his 3rd pick of the season. Great play by him.
I mean, this is a good pick, but I think it's a more of an ill-advised pick because they would have had a better fit if he would just knock the ball down.
True.
But I guess he wanted to be better safe than sorry and just catch the ball, because we've seen a lot of times where toss-ups get tipped and ends up being a touchdown. So either way, if that was the decision he makes, I guess that was a preferable one.
First down, Beasley throws on 4 rush, throws deep to Habib, cutting in the gap for a big gain. If you look here, he gets in the first down. Habib gets through Akon and Slasher, and they brought Akon in order to stop stuff like this. And he's kind of an upgrade to having Gil, but he doesn't look like he's playing great pass coverage here, and Habib makes him pay. Next 2 plays, Beasley's going to throw to Vic in the gap for a big gain. Third down, Beasley gets blitzed by Swiss, who's blocked by B-Dot. Beasley throws deep to Habib in the corner of the end zone. Habib here with a great one-hand catch over Eminem and Buck for the touchdown. Great one-hand catch, 13-8, Rep City.
And this is definitely a play where Habib has to tell them that
you got mossed.
Definitely. And the thing about it is, this is probably one of the craziest you got moss plays I've ever seen. Because he does it with one hand over 2 guys. That's something that I've never seen before, at least in that fashion. He does it like it's nothing, looking at the defenders like, why are you even here? Because I'm going to catch it anyway. The swagger on this guy, that he comes in and he's really making big plays. He's showing that he's on the map and people got to watch out.
What I love about this is a lot of people talk about C players this, C players that. You know what I mean? You get an opportunity to see the guys who can play ball. You know, we label ball players. Guys have an opportunity to show their talents here, and that's exactly what they do. Habib plays for OTF. A lot of people don't talk about OTF, but he's showing the ability to be a man amongst boys and make a great one-handed catch. Great play by him. Rep City's up 13-8. Next drive, Adi with a pass to Slash for a decent gain. Third down, Adi's going to get blitzed by Steve-O, who's blocked by Johnny. Adi throws a Buck on the sideline, get him to the 10-yard line. Last down, Adi on 4 rush, finds Buck cutting in the end zone for the touchdown. Eddie's going to get the 2-point conversion. That's going to put us 16-13. taking us into the half. That is great blocking by Jody, and I love the way the bad man responds right back.
And right there, like we've been saying for the past 2 weeks now, blocking is going to be a big thing this year because a lot of teams are relying on it to move their passing, to move their offense. And you see here Johnny picking up a lot of blocks in this game, and Adi's able to stay in the pocket and be comfortable. When you see that combination there, IOD is that much better for it, and that is why they're able to move the ball and score the way they are.
So we're at the half, 16-13. I'm not panicking if I'm Rep City. Steve-O's my third. I'm sorry. Beasky's my third quarterback. You know you had Izzy as the number one. He's not here this season. Hood is the number two. Beasky's the number three. And my number three quarterback is killing this year. This is a great IOD team, and he already threw 2 touchdowns already. I'm satisfied with this. We already picked off one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Adi by a great pick by Meech. We can beat this team. We just got to keep the pedal to the metal and not take off the gas in the second half like we did against the Rebels. But I feel good and confident about where we at right now.
And IOD, they were able to pick up the pace towards the last drive of the game. The last drive of the half. They need a lot more of this. I think that Adi needs to be protected a little bit more in order to, keep moving the ball the way that they have. Because when he's not protected, when he's, having to make decisions under pressure, that's when he throws interceptions. And that's one thing that we started to see later on when he had his quarterback of the year season, that when he wasn't protected and he was forcing passes, he was throwing picks.
Yeah.
So as long as he's protected, I think that they'll be fine, and I think the IOD will be better off because of it, but I see Johnny doing more of what he did in that last drive.
After a short pass to get him to first down, Adi throws a buck in the middle for a decent gain. Second down, Adi on 4 rushes, sacked by Bread. Nobody's open. This is why they went and got Bread. Bread is tall. He's a guy who takes the ball giver position seriously, and he makes a big, great sack here. Third down, Adi throws deep to Buck in the corner of the end zone. Tipped by Beasky, incomplete pass. IOD after punt. I love this defensive stand. They have to start paying attention to Buck because it seems like Buck is Adi's go-to man. He's looking for him. He's trying to find him. You got to pay attention to him. I think the big sack on second down by Bread pretty much hold this drive.
And the thing about it is, I think that the sack happened because Bread's height prevents Adi from throwing over him. So rather than take a risk, I think Adi was just decided to take the sack and, not even fight it. And that's the advantage that you have with Bread as ball giver, because not only does he fight through blocks the best he can, but his height advantage is what keeps quarterbacks from making throws that they know that they don't want to make over him.
Yep.
And that's what gives you an even better advantage on defense.
BC's going to get the ball back in the middle of the drive. He gets blitzed by Swiss and sacked by Jesus. Rep City's going to have to punt. And this is a great setup by Swiss. If you look here, Swiss is not blitzing to get the quarterback. He's blitzing to buy time for Jesus to come and attack after. That is mastermind by Swiss making that play because they're not paying attention to Jesus. Jesus comes away with a big sack. Remember, right now, the score right now is 16-13 IOD. Adi gets the ball back. He's going to have a quick screen to Buck. Beasky falls, but still able to make the stop for a little gain. That is a great play by Beasky, playing both ways. Great tag by him. Adi on 4 rush, throws to Eddie open on the sideline, who runs across the field for a nice gain. If you look here, the defense lets up at the last second. That's going to hurt them. Fourth and goal. Adi throws to Johnny cutting in the front. It's going to be dropped, picked off by Habib, giving the ball back to Rep City, and this is exactly what they need. First of all, Johnny got to catch that ball. So throw right on the money. One thing about the bad man Adi, he has laser precision when it comes to that short slant in the end zone. And Johnny drops his ball, picked up by Habib. Habib is making great plays. He's not just the guy from the corner store. This guy's a baller.
And the thing about it is that was a touchdown pass turned into an interception because he was right in front of the end zone. This is a leisurely pass made by Adi. Johnny got to hold on to that ball. Because he doesn't, it turns the game around. They already had the lead. This could have put the game away. And because Johnny couldn't hold on to that one pass, that gives Rep City more life in this game.
BC gets the ball back. He throws the Bread in the gap, broken up by Akon. Second down, Beasky throws the Vic in the gap. That's going to be knocked away by Akon. Next play, Beaskey's blitzed by Akon, throws deep to Meach. Meach falls. The ball's almost going to be picked off by Buckwheat. Rep City's going to have to punt.
Yeah.
That drive was the Akon show. Akon broke up the play. Akon knocked the ball away. Akon blitzed and put pressure. This is why they signed this Max player. He has the power and the speed and the know-how to make plays here, and he makes it here. And ILD gotta love this defensive stop. You cannot have this if you're Rep City. You just made them punt and stop them. And now you're going to have to punt again twice. You can't do that.
And the benefit of having Akon there is he can close up the middle, the gaps in the middle, and that's what he's doing. Because Rep City was benefiting throughout this whole game, making passes in the middle and stretching the defense out. Because he's there to keep to close in the gaps and make plays right there. That's what makes Rep City's offensive job that much harder. That's just great defense by Akon, forcing the punt all by himself.
Adi throws a slash in the middle for a nice gain. Adi then with 2 more passes for a decent gain. Last down, Adi on 4 rush, throws a switch in the back of the end zone, off target, turnover on downs, and they have now stopped IOD 3 times in the row in the second half. You can't say nothing more about that defense. That is great defense. 3 stops in the second half. This is what you got to do. They got to score. They got to put up some points.
And that's the thing. The defense is doing the best that they can. But one thing I worry about is that Beaskey's playing both ways. So him putting in that much effort on defense can hurt him as he goes to quarterback. So hopefully he can get through on this. But when you're playing on both sides, it affects you both ways. So hopefully Beaskey can capitalize on this great defense.
First down, on 4 rush, Beaskey's going to fall. Ball doesn't hit the floor as he attempts to make the throw. Jesus is going to get the sack, causing the safety. 18-13, IOD takes a bigger lead. That is a terrible play. Terrible luck by Rep City. They had just made the stop, and now they gave him 2 points.
And I'm not going to say that you kill him here. This is just, they're just a victim of circumstance. Beaskey trying to roll out to make a play, and he falls. And that's why I'm saying, when you're playing both ways, you know, certain times you would either trip up, you make mistakes. It's hard, it's hard to keep your balance out there. There's a lot of snow. So this is just an unfortunate play that they did not need at this moment in the game.
18-13. ILD is up 5. Adi on first down, throws deep to Eddie. 1-on-1 with Beaskey, tipped by Beaskey, incomplete. Second down, Adi throws a switch in the gap. The pass is low and dropped. Third down, Adi's blitzed by Vic, throws deep to Eddie in the end zone, knocked away. Incomplete pass, IOD after punt. They stopped IOD 4 times. 4 times. You made them punt 3. You made them punt 2. You stopped them on downs 1. And you picked them off 1. That is great defense. Doesn't get better than that. You have to score. Great defense by Rep City.
And this is yet another drive where they're able to hold IOD from scoring, but they got to capitalize on offense. That's all that they can do at this point. Even though they got the safety or whatever, they end up getting the safety, they were able to recover and stop them from scoring again. If IOD would have scored, I'm pretty sure that the game would have been over. So they keep themselves alive, not have a last chance to score in this next drive.
Beaskey on 4 rush, throws to Vic open in the middle. Vic with a nice catch, and that's a great block right here on Eminem. Vic is going to run it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. 19-18, Rep City takes the lead. If you look here, Jesus hesitates to go for the tag and pays for it.
And 2 things. We got to give it to Vic, because Vic is one person that a lot of people didn't talk about when he was a runner-up for MVP. But he deserved every accolade, every vote that he got towards being the runner-up, he deserved, because he played like an MVP candidate, and he's showing that on offense, at least in this game right now. He's a person that is able to stretch the field. And one thing that made this play is that Jesus hesitated on the rush, and that is because Beaskey is able to run. So because Jesus is ready for him to run, he hesitates, anticipating the run, and that buys Beaskey that extra 1 or 2 seconds to make that throw. So Beaskey himself made that extra second count and was able to throw a pass like this.
19-18, Rep City got the lead. Next drive, 4 and out with good blocking by Johnny. Next play right now, after the kickoff, they're in a 4 and out position. Nice blocking by Johnny. Adi throws deep to Ace, behind Steve-O in the end zone for the touchdown. Great blocking by Johnny here. Sasha gets a 2-point conversion. 24-19, ILD jumps right back in the lead.
And right here, Johnny's a difference maker, definitely.
Yep.
Because he's able to keep Adi comfortable in the pocket. Adi makes a pass for the touchdown. The last time Johnny was able to make a block like this, Adi was able to score.
Yep.
So they got to make this a regular formula where Johnny stays and protects Adi when he needs to, because Adi's able to make passes when he's confident in the pocket. So they need to have more of this, but this is a great way to pick up your quarterback and get him a chance to score.
And if you're Steve-O, you cannot let Ace get behind you. You're a guy that's known for defense. I don't care what's the reasoning, what happened. Y'all cannot allow Ace to get behind you, and Ace does it here, makes him pay for it. Beaskey next play gets blitzed by Swiss and sacked by Jesus. There is no way Notorious can block Jesus. Doesn't have the footwork. He's a power blocker against a speed rusher. Not going to work. He gets a big sack there. Second down, Beaskey throws to Vic in the middle. Nice game, picking up the first down. Last down, Beaskey throws it up. Vic falls in the end zone. Incomplete pass. ILD comes away with the win, 24-19.
And I gotta say two things about Rep City. This is yet another game where they had the lead. It's taken away from them on the last drive of the opposing team, and then they end up losing. This is the same thing that happened last week. It's because they fall apart at the end of the game. They score, they think that it's over, they can't hold the offense, and they end up losing. This is something that's it may become a regular formula if they don't fix their mistakes now. One thing I gotta mention is that they missed a lot of extra points in this game. Even though they lost by 5 points, those extra points matter. It mattered when they played against the Rebels. It still matters now. If it wasn't for that safety that they got, they would have lost by 3 points, and those extra points would matter even more. So that's something that they got to fix. Another thing, Brett is not getting through Johnny. I applaud his heart. I applaud him, rushing in when he has to. But Johnny's manhandling this man out there.
You got to get B-Dot in there, because B-Dot, Adi's not a great runner. And I will take my chances with B-Dot rushing in against Johnny, because, as you say, there's no way Brett is beating him.
And that's pretty much it. I think that those two things mattered, because that would have probably changed the whole point of the game. If they would have had their extra points, this probably would have been a big game, not counting the safety. So these little mistakes is what's leading to you losing games. So they got to fix it. As you see here, they're arguing amongst each other. It's like they're falling apart, because they're barely losing these games. So they got to look inside themselves and figure out what's wrong. What are we doing wrong? I'm not going to kill Beaskey because he performed yet another game. He performed yet another, good game. He performed well. He could have did better in my opinion. But you can't ask that much from him when they lose this way. They just got to learn how to close the game.
If I'm IOD, you got Swiss, Akon, Ace, Jesus, Buck, Brandon, Slasher. You got playmakers. You got one of the best quarterbacks in the game. There is no way a Rep City team who their best player and one of the best defenders, Rel, was on the sideline, hurt, and you get the ball 5 times in the second half and only score once. That cannot happen. If this happens, you're going out like you did last year. This team got to get it together, man. They need to start showing these other teams that they're sitting at the head of the table. And I'm sorry, it all starts with the bad man, Adi. It all starts with him. You cannot have the ball 5 times in the second half and only score once. You can't. You can't throw a pick. You can't have to punt twice. You can't do that. You have to be the team you are. You're supposed to be one of the top teams in the East, and you just snuck away with a win versus an injured, undermanned Rep City with their 3rd-string quarterback throwing. Can't happen. Can't happen. No way. Not acceptable. I think ILD is a great team. This team was in the Street Bowl. They made, I believe, the Final Four in the Street Bowl. You cannot do this. It's time to sit at the head of the table putting the women and children to bed and start looking for dinner, program style. Because this team right now, with these pickups, still hasn't impressed me yet. Not at all. They have not looked dominant. Did they beat the Generals last week? Yes. But Sesso was throwing. Because Spaz had a playoff game, so he didn't want to throw. This team needs to get it together. Because if not, you're not going to beat YMM. You're not going to beat the Rebels. Browns are going to shut you down defensively. So you need to figure out who you are if you want to be recognized as one of the top teams in the league. I know a lot of people don't respect 99, but the way Casey runs the clock out, he's going to beat you. There's a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference that can beat you if you play like this. 5 times you have the ball, you score once in the second half, not going to happen. We're going to wrap this one up. ILD comes away with the win, 24-19, a close win over Rep City, and we're going to be right back on Real Tough Talk. Next game up, you're going to have Dutchmen and Wolverines. It's going to be an interesting game at the quarterbacking position because both quarterbacks that started game 1 will not be playing in game 2. This would have been funny because this would have been the game that Sunshine would have had opportunity to face the team that released them. Unfortunately, it looks like the Dutchmen have released him too.
Yeah.
And before I get into the game, that's a shame. I think they didn't give him enough time to show what he got. But the question is, do you think we'll see Sunshine throwing in the UFL this season?
I think that there's a chance. I mean, as the days go by, it may become a slimmer chance because, obviously week 3, week 4 is when the rosters are locked in. So hopefully guys are looking for him because there's certain teams that still need quarterbacks in the league. So
and you're the nice one. You're not going to see Sunshine throw this season in UFL. You've been cut by 2 teams. There's no other team I see in the UFL that's going to pick him up. Unfortunately, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he needs a support system. I think he needs to slow down his pace of trying to be, this upscale, high octane quarterback. But I think he should have been given a better opportunity to throw. But he's not. You will not see Sunshine throw in the UFL this season. I will be highly surprised, highly shocked if you see him get a second opportunity. I don't see it happening. I think he had a shot his first game, and because of the way he threw, they just wanted to go in another direction.
I mean, it's sad because that was the worst game that you could give him a chance because the conditions were not great out there. It's unfortunate.
And they were playing Carver Mall.
Yes, so it's unfortunate that was the opportunity you gave him, one of the hardest to give him. But it is what it is.
Wolverines will be starting Nelson because Lou will be given a suspension by the league for a personal situation. And this is what makes Maine smart. Maine got some weird antics and some weird things that he do, and some people don't agree, and they're like, where's Maine thinking? I was the first person that said, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. This is why you have 2 quarterbacks, especially with the curse rule.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one time I'm going to say Maine is a genius for this one. The question is if he would stick with Nelson, how long he would stick with Nelson. But that's a great safety blanket to have backing up Lou, a guy who has been to 2 UFL championships games, one as a receiver and one as a quarterback.
And the thing about that is, yes, they decide to have a second quarterback in Nelson, but the issue is, as long as Nelson's at the helm, will it work out for the team? Because again, even though he's a backup for this team in this season, they still haven't, there's no chemistry yet.
Right.
This will be his first game there. So will this work out for them?
Right. Good question.
Would they, gel together, at least in this game so far? Will Nelson stick around if he doesn't like what he sees? Mm-hmm. So remember, Nelson's a grown man himself. So he could decide, I'm not for this, I'm out. And now the Wolverines are back to square one. So It's all up on this game and how it works out for them.
He just got to steer the ship until Lou gets back from his suspension. The league is not been, it was indefinitely, but it been leaning towards, I don't think the league's going to suspend Lou for the season because of the situation. One of the rules wasn't covered on
Yes.
it. So I think you're not gonna lose him for the season. So he just gotta play these 2 games now and see what happens from there. So basically, with all that being said, we're gonna jump right into the game. Nelson's gonna throw the ball in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Then Nelson on 4 rush rolls right, throws a line on the middle for a nice gain. Nelson is flagged for crossing the line before the throw. What do you think about this? It's a loss down. But what do you think?
I think that because there's no line, an actual line at the line of scrimmage, drawn, it's hard to see exactly if he passed the line because of the angle that I have. But obviously the ref has the angle that he needs, so it looks like he just steps up and gets past the line on his throw before he throws it. And because of that play, that takes away from a big play that they could have had in this drive.
Nelson is blitzed and sacked by Alex. Last down, Nelson throws in the gap. It's going to be stopped at the 10-yard line, turnover on downs. Not bad drive for Nelson. I think that huge play that was called back because he stepped over the line was the big turning point. But not bad drive for his first time back in the UFL. I think he threw pretty well, first drive.
And if it wasn't for that penalty that he had, this probably would have been an even better drive. But, he made the throws that he needed to. He just needs to notice where the line of scrimmage is and try not to step over next time.
Nick gets to start. He's the new starting quarterback this week for the Dutchmen. Nick with 2 passes to Frank for a decent game. Then Nick is going to throw deep to Chris in the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Nick gets blitzed and throws the ball for a short gain. Next play, Nick with 2 quick passes picking up a decent gain. 4th and long, Nick throws it to Chris in the end zone. High, incomplete, turnover on downs. And he didn't do nothing in his first drive that Sunshine didn't do. Even though I think Sunshine threw a pick to Ricky his first drive. But Nick wasn't that highly accurate that you automatically got rid of Sunshine to go with Nick.
I mean, you can't necessarily kill anybody on the first drive, even if they make a mistake. It's about the decisions they make after the first drive that they make. That's when you start to judge, the type of play that they have. So this is the first drive. He may pick it up in the next one, so you can't necessarily judge too quick.
Second down, Nelson is sacked by Mikey. Mikey's an all-star from last year. I don't know how he keeps racking up these sacks, but he finds the ways to do it. 3rd down, Nelson throws a Christian in the middle. That one is going to be dropped. Wolverines have to punt. Nelson is still showing the ability to be athletic. He can still move around in the pocket. He don't have anybody that's really killing on this offense, and this one is a crucial drop that forces Wolverine to punt.
And because of those drops, I mean, it didn't necessarily help Lou when he played in the first week. So I don't see how it seems like nothing has changed for this Wolverines team. They drop a lot of passes on certain drives, and it's going to kill whatever quarterback steps up to the helm. It seems like it's Nelson's turn to suffer from it.
Nick with 2 passes for a short game. Then Nick throws to Brian in the back of the end zone. That's going to be high and incomplete. Last down, Nick throws a Chris in the end zone. Picked off by Anthony. Wolverines get the ball back. Terrible throw by Nick. I don't know what he saw.
And now I think you should start worrying about him in this play because, at the second drive, you go from, moving the ball but can't get into the end zone to throwing a pick when the guy's waiting for it. That's, not a way that you make a first impression, especially on the second drive. Now you're making the same mistakes as the quarterback they got rid of. So I think that it's panic mode now for the Dutchmen.
Second down, Nelson is blitzed by Alex. Makes the throw. That pass is going to be dropped. 3rd down, Nelson throws to Lou on the sideline for a nice gain. Wolverine still forced to punt. And that's Mr. Cameraman making a good catch on the sideline. Nothing huge, but it's nice to see him do something other than record pictures. He can show he can catch a football. Good catch here.
And if the rest of the team can follow suit in the way Lou is catching their passes, maybe they can have more successful drives. Because it seems like he's the only one, that looks like he's gonna catch the pass. Not naming a couple other people, but they got to catch their passes.
Second down on 4 rush. Nick throws a Frank in the gap for a nice gain. 3rd down, he's going to throw deep on the sideline. Picked off by Mestre, giving the ball back to the Wolverines. If you look here, the receiver was covered the whole time, never open. I don't know if Nick thought he could throw him open, but Mestre's not on his team.
And the thing about it is, Mestre is a person that is a well-seasoned defender, I'm
Yep.
going to say. So Mestre is not going to lose the opportunity.
He was an
like
all-star
that when
last
it
year
goes to
also.
him. So that is a definite mistake to Nick to take a risk like that with Mestre guarding him. I don't think that that's something that you would want in a quarterback when you take risks against a professional player like Mestre.
Second down, Nelson throws a Christian in the gap. That one is going to be dropped. After a short play on first down, Nelson throws a Mestre in the gap. That's going to be knocked away by Frank. Second down, Nelson is sacked by Mikey. The question is, did Mikey miss this sack?
And I think that this one, he just missed this sack. So, you know, a lot of times when guys, you know, miss a sack or whatever, they cheer and run around when they know that they didn't get it. A lot of times, you know, guys be running around and say that they got the tag when they know that they didn't. But here, it looks like Mike missed. I don't see him complain or admitting to the ref that he missed. But at the end of the day, the ref saw what he saw. He has an angle that he saw something. And unfortunately for the Wolverines, the referee saw a sack.
Third down, Nelson throws a Mestre cutting in the gap for a nice gain. Last play of the half, Nelson's going to throw it up incomplete, taking us into the half, 0-0. Dutchmen went out and got Nick. I don't see an improvement over Sunshine. The difference between Sunshine had a chip on his shoulder. He wanted to prove the league what he can do. More passion, more fire. You went out and got Nick. I'm not really impressed. I still think you give him Nick an opportunity if you're going to go with him. But then if that was the case, you should have did that with Sunshine. Really don't understand this coaching move by Anton. But he's a quarterback. I'm the commentator, so we're going to leave it to that.
And what can I say about the Wolverines besides catch your passes? That's the only thing I can say. Because I'm not going to say that Nelson's throwing a perfect game out there, but he's giving you an opportunity on certain drives, and they're dropping passes. 1-2 drops can kill a drive, and that's exactly what's happening in every single one of these drives. So it's nothing that Nelson could do that would have made a difference if Lou was quarterbacking, as long as these guys are dropping their passes.
Correct.
That has to change. No matter who's quarterbacking, they have to catch these passes.
First down, Nick is going to throw deep to Nook in the middle, picked up by Mestre. Mestre's second pick of the year. Of the game. I guess he didn't hear what you said because he went after Mestre again, and Mestre made him pay for it.
And he makes the same exact mistake. I mean, now you should know this guy by name already. Now that he picked you off twice in this game already. Why are you taking these risks? Why are you making such bad throws? Chop up the field, throw it short, keep it safe. You're not I'm not going to be certain that you're going to be the starting quarterback for this team permanently. So don't force anything. Don't try to prove anything. You're trying to help this team win a game.
Second down, Nelson throws the Mestre in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Nelson then throws a Lou in the middle. That's a decent game. Third down, Nelson throws a pass, gets him to the 10-yard line. Last down, Nelson on forward rush, throws a Christian in the corner of the end zone, drop, turnover on downs, another drop. You had 2 drops this drive. These guys are really not helping Nelson. They didn't help Lou last week with the drops. That's why he depended on Bo. And you're having the same issues. Guys can't catch the ball.
And because Bo is not in this game, you see that it's more apparent that this team struggles catching a pass.
Yep.
That you didn't see it as much last week because you had Bo there picking up the slack for the whole team.
Yep.
You know, but everybody got to step up and catch their passes. If you don't do that, I don't care what offense or what quarterback you have, you're going to end up walking away from these games with losses.
Nick with a screen pass to Nook, who Nook gets a nice game. Great play by Nook. After a short pass, getting him the first down. Third down, Nick is going to throw to Brian on the sideline for a nice gain. Last down, Nick throws to Frank in the corner of the end zone. Knocked away by Anthony. Turnover on downs. Great defensive style by Wolverines, showing their ability to make some stops to make another one here.
And I'm not going to say that Nick is a quarterback that, you know, the Dutchmen should feel confident in keeping around because, you know, not to kill him, but he's not helping them right now. He's not making decisions that they need to. You know, these guys are not moving the ball the way they need to. But shout outs to the Wolverines. Even though they're lacking in their offense, their defense is actually pretty solid. They're making plays. They're, you know, locking up. And they're making, catching interceptions.
I wouldn't say solid. Nick is just throwing very bad.
Yes, but my thing is, yes, he's throwing very bad, but they're capitalizing on those bad decisions, and they're putting their offense back on the field.
No.
Listen, again, I'm not saying that they're a shut-down, lockdown defense. I'm just saying they're doing what they got to do, knowing the mistakes that Nick is making.
First down, Nelson throws a Mestre in the gap. The pass is going to be little inside, picked off by Alex, who runs it back to the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, first score of the game. I like this guy, Alex, showing the ability to blitz, but showing the ability to read the quarterback and make interceptions, and he makes Nelson pay for it here.
And he's able to read this play. Nelson doesn't see him out there, and it looks like the pass is a little accurate. It kind of sailed to the left, right into Rich's hand, right into Alex's hands. That is a great way to stay aware, and he puts up points where Nick on his offense couldn't. So that is a way to step up for your team. Even though your offense is struggling, you find a way, any way you can, to put up points for your team. Great defense by Alex.
Wolverines going to go 4 now, turn over the ball. Nick on 4 rush is going to throw the ball in the middle of the field, off target, picked off by Rich, giving the ball right back to Wolverines. Great defensive stand. They can't catch the ball offensively, but at least they catch the ball defensively. Great interception.
And that's what they need. It's sad that the defense has to step up and make a catch. But I'm sure that some of these guys play offense too. So what's the difference between the defense and offense? I know that it's actually a little bit harder to catch interceptions than it is to catch regular passes. So the fact that they're able to do one more than the other is something that worries me. But hopefully they can pick it up on the offense.
Nelson, next drive on 4 rush, rolls right, throws the Mestre on the sideline. Nice block on Brian. Mestre runs all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. 6-6, and this is the Nelson that Maine went and got. He read the field. Brian Mestre didn't put too much pressure on the play, but made a great throw. And Mestre, being the veteran what he is, once he gets the ball, he know which way to go.
And it seems like that's the one thing that the Wolverines are, have been lacking, because they need some star power out there. And this is Mestre is there to replace Bo this week. Because they don't have Bo, you have another veteran, Mestre, stepping up and picking up the slack. Nelson's able to connect with him. That's just, a connection that he was making when they played with the High Rollers last season. And it's more of that in this season right here as they connect together in this touchdown pass, a much needed one that they finally get towards the end of the game.
Dutchmen with 4 passes drive all the way to the 10-yard line with 5 seconds left. Wolverines are playing a drop back zone. I don't know why it was a tie game. Last down, Nick is going to find Chris in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, the Wolverines sent a blitzer and they lost a defender. The question was he in bounds on this play?
And this is a close play right here. Obviously, I have the angle behind the quarterback. But if you look here, the best assessment that I could have is that as Chris makes the play here, as you see the cone, he's still in front of the cone. His feet is in bounds. His foot is in bounds. The other foot never lands. But his arm with the ball lands inbounds, and because of that, the 2 positions of the body is what counts to keep him inbounds. And because of that,
equals
the
one arm, one elbow.
Yes, exactly. So the foot is down. So the next part of your body that touches the ground is labeled as a part of the body. Right. So those 2 parts of the body. So the feet is irrelevant. Yes, because the feet never landed. So it's the next part of the body, which is his arm, and because he's able to land in the end zone, that's what makes it a touchdown. That is a great way to stay aware, keep your balance the best you can, and find a way to score at the end of the game.
I guess I got one right because I made that call. A lot of people went crazy. They thought he was out of bounds, but I guess I got one right. Good call, Jay.
And I'm gonna tell you this: for all the people out there that would think that I'm gonna cover for this, for Jay Brown, the ref, when he makes a mistake, don't believe it, because I call him out a lot of times when he makes mistakes. He made one last week on a sack, which shouldn't be named, but I called it out last week. I'm sure a lot of the guys know exactly what that was, but at the end of the day,
one of the slowest rushes in the game.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the Dutchmen find a way to score towards the end of the game, the score that they needed all game, and they find a way to do it at this moment in the
Wolverines try last play. They get stopped in midfield. They come away. Dutchmen come away with the win, 12-6. They take a win over the Wolverines. Right now, the Wolverines are 0-2. I'm not going to kill them. They still getting it together. 2 different quarterbacks. Men got to find guys to catch the ball. Too many drops, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Way too many drops.
I was going to just cut you off, but luckily you said that one point.
It wasn't the quarterback play. It's the receivers, too many drops.
And I'm going to say this. You're saying that you're not going to kill them, but I have to kill them. Because these are leisure passes. These are regular passes that they're dropping. And because of that, I don't care who you're playing. You're not going to win these games. As you see, even when the defense was able to make a big play to put points up for your team, You still weren't able to score, and the other team was able to put points up at the very last play of the last drive of the game to win the game. So as long as you're dropping passes like this, where only one or two guys are regularly catching passes, I don't care what team you play, you're gonna go home with a loss. So yes, I have to mention it. They should be panicking right now because as long as they drop passes like this, I don't care where they are on the field, where they are towards the season, they're not gonna go far.
Dutchmen need a quarterback. You cut Sunshine to get Nick, who threw at least 2 interceptions, if not 3. I believe he threw, I'll tell you right now, he threw 4 interceptions. You went out and got rid of Sunshine, who threw 2 picks, to get Nick, who throws 4. Nick throws 4 against Wolverines defense when Sunshine threw 2 against Carver Mob defense. You got to make a decision, Anton. You got to bring a quarterback that's going to help you win. And if you're going to do that, you got to stick with him. We've seen this team go through this last year with White. You cannot be in the UFL and not have a quarterback. That is the main important thing. I like the players that got the team. I like a lot of playmakers they got. I like Chris. I like Frank. These guys make plays. And I like this new guy, Alex. Mm-hmm. But you got to get a quarterback. I don't care who you get. If you don't got a guy who can throw the football, you're going to lose. They come away with a win, but that's not going to happen this team, especially playing in the Western Conference.
And the thing that bothers me is that, okay, they're still looking for a quarterback. But when this next quarterback, I don't care how talented he is, if this next quarterback doesn't work out for your team, are you going to kill him too? Are you going to drop him? I mean, one thing I see with the Dutchmen is, as soon as you start doing bad, they drop you. And the funny thing about this is, on a game that's had a little bit better weather, the quarterback that they picked up threw twice as many picks as the other quarterback previously, who had to throw in worse conditions against a better team. So how can you make these judgments like this? I think it's unfair that you be hard on one, bring another one in, and that quarterback actually plays worse. So even though they won this game, I still think that he played worse than Sunshine did. So
let me just give you a few quarterbacks in the league in the Western Conference. Dion, Chuck, Yomi, Dave from the Spartans, Ramsey, Reggie, Fred, Lou from the Wolverines. These are quarterbacks. Dutchmen don't have a quarterback. You better find a quarterback. Because one thing every team in this league has is a quarterback. And Dutchmen came away to steal this win, but they're not going to get far in the West if they don't find a signal caller.
And I think that one thing you got to do is when you get a quarterback, find a way for him to work for your offense. Find a quarterback that works for your offense. Is it going to be a quarterback that just throws downfield all day? Who knows? If it's going to be a quarterback that, chops up the field, a la KC on 99, that's a time manager, who knows? But you got to work and find one that's right for your team. And don't kill him when he makes 1 or 2 mistakes. You got to find a way. Like, every quarterback makes a few mistakes in the game. You got to find a way to keep him in the game. And I think that's the difference maker that you can have in your game, because that way the quarterback will be more confident and make better decisions moving forward.
Go ahead, Ted.
So that's something that I think that they need to fix in their future.
Well, we're going to wrap this game up. Dutchmen come away with the win over the Wolverines, 12-6. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, Violators versus Dutchmen. Dutchmen just come off of a close win to beating Wolverines, but now they play a Violators team who's a different type of animal, and they just signed and they get to debut their big signing, the A player, Ralph, who also plays for New Era.
And I think that this is a different atmosphere already as they walk on the field to play this game. The Violators are not going to play down to them right now. They're not going to have no mercy. They're going to have pass rushing. They're going to have physical play. They're going to have an offense that never lets up. Are they going to be a team that, puts up 20 or more points in every game? I don't know, because Yomi's the one quarterback in this game. Usually they have, last year they had Lou quarterbacking. So now that they have Yomi, maybe they have a different offense this year, because Yomi was killing as tight end last year. He made it to the All-Star game. So now that they, alter that, their offense may be a little different, but that doesn't matter. I think that they really have to take this game seriously, because the Violators are not coming to play around.
We're going to jump right into the game. Nick on 4 rush gets sacked by Sean. Next 2 short passes by Nick to pick up the first down. On 4 rush, Nick throws deep to Chris. Chris just misses it, incomplete. 3rd down, Nick gets blitzed and sacked by Buto. If you look here, Buto gets right through Mikey. Mikey's not known for blocking. He's a good rusher on defense, but you can't put him against Buto. Buto's more athletic than him, got a little more power, gets a sack there. On the punt, next drive, and we're showing the punt. We never show up. On the punt, Nick does not get the ball off on 4 rush. The ball is dead on the spot, giving it to Violators. That is a terrible play by Dutchmen.
And the thing that you don't notice in this game, that you notice more in this game that you didn't in the last game, they didn't punt a lot. The Dutchmen did not punt a lot in the last game. Either it was an interception or they turned over the ball. Now you see that there's another problem in the fact that Nick didn't know to get the ball up before 4. So now the ball is dead on the spot. Now the defense has a lot more work to do to keep the Violators from driving from where they are.
On 4 rush, Yomi takes the sideline with a nice block by Mimi, runs for a nice gain in the first down. On 4 rush, Yomi runs again across the field all the way to the end zone, but Baby gets called. Will, who some know as Baby, gets flagged for holding. Question was this holding? What do you think?
And I think that there was enough contact for the ref to call the holding, because he affected the way that he was running. And anytime you interfere with the player's movement, that is a holding. When you restrict their movement, that's shown right there. And it was just enough to merit the flag.
3rd down with blocker from G. Yomi throws the normal on the sideline, picked off by Mike, giving the ball back to Dutchman, and that's a pass that Yomi has to be able to make. He doesn't, and Mike gets the pick.
And it looks like the pass sailed, off. It's a little windy out there. Yomi has to take account of that when he makes passes like this. It's unfortunate he does it, and Mike is able to pick it off.
Dutchman goes 3 and out, and then forces a punt, and we're showing the punt again. Why? Nick does not get the ball up before 4. The ball is dead on the spot once again.
And now it's a problem, because now you're killing your defense. Yes, you're struggling on offense, but you're killing your defense by having them start at the spot that you're on, because now it's more work for them to stop the Violators. So he's being warned to get it off before 4. They told him that the last time he was throwing his flag, the flag was thrown on him, and he does it yet again. I don't understand why. It's like now he's not even following instructions.
Unbelievable. I've never seen that happen twice.
So not twice in a row.
Unbelievable. Yomi gets the ball back. He hands the ball off to Mikey with nice blocks, runs the sideline, taking it into the end zone for the touchdown. Jo gets the extra point, 8-zip, and the Violators showing their ability to run the ball, take a little pressure off Yomi throwing.
First of all, there's a little too many Mikeys and Mikes in this game.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on both sides, but this was a good run, good blocks. He's able to find a hole and get to the sideline. A decent 10-yard run, but it's an effective run that gets him in the end zone. Great way to run that play there.
Nick gets the ball back. He's going to throw in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. Nick again gets 2 passes for a decent game. Next play, Nick is blitzed and sacked by Buto. This is why they went out and got this guy. Not only can he make plays covering guys, he can make plays blitzing the quarterback, and he makes a great play here for the big sack. Last down, Nick throws it up, knocked away, turnover on downs, giving it right back to the Violators. After a few short plays, Yomi throws it up before half, picked off by Brian, taking us into the half, 8-0 Violators with the lead.
And as bad as the Dutchmen have been doing on offense, it's only 8-0.
Yep.
So they still have a chance if they fix every mistake, all the mistakes that they made in the first half, namely Nick not getting the ball off on the punt. That killed them. But the thing is, with the worst that they've done in this game, they're only down 8-0. So there's hope for them as long as they're able to start moving the ball on offense. I think that'll make the difference. Hopefully Nick can figure something out for their offense, and they'll need to if they want to win this game.
Violators got bigger fish to fry. They're attempting not to rebuild. They're attempting to win a championship. You cannot be struggling against the Dutchmen if you're trying to win a chip. I don't care what's the situation. I don't care what's the problems. You have several players that's all-stars, several players that's some of the top football players in the game, and you cannot be struggling like this. Ain't nothing is not tolerable. You have to find a way to make plays, and if not, they're not going to be respected as a top team in the West if they struggle against teams like this. Next drive, second half, second down, Yomi throws to receiver in the gap. It's going to be knocked away. Third down, Yomi on 4 rush, runs for a decent gain, picks up the first down. Yomi then runs again to get him to the 20-yard line. Yomi's showing the ability to run, but he also plays offense. He plays silent, so the guy can run, but when he shows it as a quarterback, that's even more amazing. Next play, Yomi goes deep twice, both times incomplete. Last down on 4 rush, Yomi runs to the 10-yard line, but is short of the end zone. Turnover on downs, giving it back to the Dutchmen. Dutchmen get the ball back. They end up having a punt, giving it back to Violators, but at least they get it off for 4 this time. Violators get the ball back. A few passes for a decent game, but evidently get stopped, turnover on downs. None of the teams are showing nothing. It's 8-zip right now, and both teams are struggling. Violators got to get it together. They're not really looking like they're a strong offensive team. First down, Nick on 4 rush, throws to Brian open in the gap, who runs in the sideline all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. No safety help on the right side. 8-6, they're back in the game.
And all it took was a mistake for by the defense for Nick to capitalize. This is probably one of the best throws he's made in the last 2 games they played. He finds Brian open in the gaps. He dumps it off just enough so only Brian can get it, and Brian is off to the races all the way into the end zone by himself. That is the offensive play that you capitalize on. That is a great way to put up points when you needed to. Do they have hope in this game? They show it by scoring on this drive.
They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Nick here, he's going to miss the throw. They're going to get the stop right here. That's huge because Violators get the ball back. Yomi runs 2 times to get the first down, killing the clock. Violators come away with the win, 8-6. Great win by Violators. They'll take it. They didn't play great, but at the end of the day, nobody will see that. All somebody's going to see is that they won this game.
And the thing about this is all it took was an extra point.
Yep.
To tie this game. This probably could have been a different game. Unfortunately, Nick was not accurate on that pass that they needed to. I think that pass was more important than the one that scored the touchdown in the first place, because this one could have kept the game alive. So little things like that, you make one good thing, but then you make a mistake in a key moment to keep the game alive. So this is not a good look in the doubleheader that the Dutchmen had today. They didn't look good at all. They weren't able to move the ball the way that they needed to. Even though they won the first time, I think it's because it was bad defense on the Wolverine side in the first game. Here, they weren't as lucky, and they ended up losing because I would say one of the Violators' worst games that they have so far was a game that was enough to beat the Dutchmen in this game.
Well, Dutchmen had the ball 5 times and scored once, and that was on their last drive. So that's terrible. Violators can't afford to play like this. You can't. Because you're going to play teams that have firepower at quarterback. And if you play like this, you're going to lose. You can't score. You can't score on your second possession and not score again for the rest of the game. Can't happen. Violators got to get together. Brian got to figure out what's going on with the team offensively, because if you're struggling to score against the Dutchmen, what happens when you play the big boys? But they come away with the win. They'll take it now. Win is a win. That's all that matters. So we're going to wrap it up. Starting next week, week 3, we'll start giving you our players of the week. This week we'll debut some top plays that goes to show you just some top plays. And I don't think he'll put them in the order he thinks he's usually does a good job with that. And starting next week, we'll have our players of the week from each field. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be great. We're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna wish all y'all guys a very blessed and Merry Christmas from us at Real Tough Talk. For me personally, I'm gonna wish y'all guys a very Merry Christmas on behalf of me and Dawn, and I'll let Ghost.
Listen, all I gotta say is, Happy holidays, Merry Christmas for those who who don't celebrate Christmas, we be fair and be sensitive to all of those that don't celebrate Christmas. Maybe there's somebody who's celebrating Hanukkah or maybe even Kwanzaa. I don't know. But listen, there's a lot of holidays going around. So happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. God bless. And, hope that it's a great one for everybody.
Feliz Navidad. ¿Quién eso es come pucho? Right?
Please don't do that again.
Yo,
I don't
okay.
even. That was nothing.
Hopefully y'all guys translate and let me know what that means. I'm working on my Spanish.
I don't have to translate. I know that was nothing.
Te amo grande oquito.
Wait. Your name. Wait, what?
Me llamo es Jay.
Okay, I got that.
Me cuanto es domingo es no lunes.
Wait. Your number is Sunday? What? I know my Spanish is a little rusty, but I know you said something about your number is rusty.
We're gonna work on it. Y'all guys translate it. Let me know what y'all got. I think it was good. Ghost just doesn't understand Spanish. But much love to y'all. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We'll take some video on the game on Saturday. Shout outs to y'all family. Show us some shout outs. And we'll put up on the show the following show. So on behalf of Real Tough Talk, I'm Stephen J. This is my partner Ghost. On behalf of Dawn, all of us here at Real Tough Talk, Donna, my sister Makissa, all my family that helped me do this, my mom that put this together. We're going to wish y'all a very blessed and Merry Christmas. And also on behalf of the UFL, Timothy, we all wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. We're going to see y'all very soon. We see you at the field on Saturday. Much love to y'all. We out of here.